and the day goes away. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh. Okay, we're gonna do the ad thing on Twitch, but I really want to get started, so I'm just gonna get started. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just look at what has to be done, plan out what we're gonna do here today while this ad is rolling. So don't mind me. Let's find, this is not the right file. Okay. I got a bad habit. Okay, so last time, apparently, options menu button was crashing, and we fixed that. Mute and unmute is not working on the options menu from controllers anymore. That's annoying. I don't know if I fixed that or not. Input designator underscore parameter names. All right, unused stuff. Enhancement? Maybe this should be cleanup. And then pressing down on the keyboard triggers the next action twice in the options menu. Why does that happen? I don't know. This controller stuff is really annoying. I need to really figure out what's going on with it. Add keyboard and controller menu navigation. That's where all these bugs are coming from. Pause menu controller support. I think that's for navigation. Smarter spawning is a really serious product problem. Multiplayer, if player with key dies, other player cannot open doors. That's actually also a very big problem. That's probably actually more important than that. Did I write how I wanted to solve this somewhere? And I can't find the button. Oh, because that's why. Party inventory for keys. Oh, I liked this idea of players dropping their inventory. I think this is really cool, actually, because it adds another dynamic to the game where it forces players to backtrack or to go into danger. I'm just going to make notes of this. Forces surviving players to backtrack or venture into peril. Does peril have one L? Really? I didn't know that. Okay. Maybe I knew that. Input designator. Input switches one. Yeah, that's a really weird bug too. I remember what that is. Show HP, enemy HP somehow. Actually, this idea was popping up a lot in my head too. I kind of want to put that up. So I've been playing a lot of Diablo recently. HP bar, tinting enemy color based on its HP. So, right. We can put the HP above each enemy. Or we can put the HP above the last enemy we hit. Oh, this was a task to jam on it. But let me just write down these ideas. Single, or could be 1 HP bar per player in HUD. Who is attacking what? Right? 1 HP bar on the enemy scene above enemies heads. Just shake down those ideas. And then actually, wait, let me go back there. Like Diablo or beat 'em up titles. Right? I just put Streets of Rage as an example. And now let me go down here. Also, my pre-rolls are off. Cool. All right. So then, input designator. Okay. Multiplayer, add multiple players without hardware. That's a big thing. Disconnecting controller. Figure out player stat calculations. Random black lines in the tiles, right? Oh. What? Oh, yeah, that's weird. That might be related to the camera or pixel scaling or something. Okay, I gotta figure that out. All right, so this was something else we were doing. We don't need this right now. We're going to make a new tab here and we're gonna go into our game and gonna work on game stuff. That's what we're gonna do. Oh, another thing I have to do. Okay, I just installed the newest version of Godot. We should upgrade our code for the latest Godot. That's going to be a nasty band-aid. I'm going to add that for today. Upgrade Godot. Upgrade project to latest. Well, whatever version this is. What version of Godot is this? This is version 4.4.1 to 4.4.1. And that's going to be a task. We're going to prioritize that because I don't want that to get behind. So that's a band-aid I'm going to rip right off the bat. Now, I was working on this mute and unmute thing. But let's just go here. Right, and then we'll take a look. We'll open this up and we'll go in here and we'll see what's changed. Nothing really. One of the levels changed for some reason. I probably shouldn't ignore that. Resource type keys. Hey, what the heck's going on here? Deleted a bunch of stuff. Deleted a lot of stuff. I don't know. Maybe that's okay. Oh. Anyways, let's do git stash. Oh. Push. Free upgrade stash. The uncommitted stuff's not in there though. I'm gonna do this. Git stash m stash uncommitted sfx. Okay, we have a clean working tree. So here we go. This is what we're gonna start with today, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw this back here, and I'm gonna put this one in progress. Right, we're gonna upgrade our project here. Warning, this project was last edited in Godot 4.3. Opening will change it to 4.4. Project will be modified. Let's modify that project. Now, best case scenario, that's all I had to do, and everything works. That's very rare. So now we're gonna clean up all the stuff that didn't work, which is probably gonna take a lot of time. But maybe not. It's a very small version jump. So in theory, maybe it's actually not an issue. Right? Cool. Okay. So we do that. Let's run it. Let's see. Everything is working. Okay, this actually seems like it's working. Also, for this HP thing that I'm talking about, I think my idea might be start off. Yeah, those lines are so wacky, dude. That must be. I gotta figure that out. I gotta figure out what's causing that. I think putting the HP bars above each enemy is gonna be noisy, but I think it's low-hanging fruit to try that first, so I might just try that first. I might actually just do that instead of trying to fix this bug right now, because fixing this bug is probably going to take more time, and even though the bug's higher priority, if I can get something done in a shorter amount of time here, that's going to make me feel good mentally, and that's going to like kind of make me want to plow through more tasks, right? I want to get through something I can actually accomplish instead of struggle on something, ride the struggle bus. Okay. Okay. It seems like it worked. So, great. Let's test out the other things to see what's possibly broken here. I'm gonna pause my music on Spotify. We're gonna turn on my sound here. And let's try playing the game with sound. So if I go into options menu. Ooh, that's weird. The order in which things are going here is very weird. Also, my left and right keys don't seem to be working. Okay, sounds are working. Sounds are working. This is wonderful. It would be really great to try to animate these things, wouldn't it? Even though they're really tiny. Maybe there's a way I could figure out to like animate really small sprites and make them look more interesting. Right? Would that be kind of cool? Okay, and we're gonna go here. Again, my keyboard navigation's all funked up. But... oh, that's actually weird. Wait, that's actually a bug. Oh. That's also a bug. Okay, so whatever. We still have bugs in there, but I'm not even going to count that because that stuff was buggy before we did anything. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go through all this. We're just going to commit everything. I just want to make sure. Okay, we got these new UID files that didn't exist before. My scenes got re-imported, it looks like. My level scenes. And just, yeah, Godot project files and UID files. This all looks good to me. So, is there a thing to commit all? Or space? Is a stage to change? Is there a quick add all thing? I just want to see. Stage all is lowercase a. Oh, yeah, there we go. Cool. That's cool. Okay. Godot. Upgrade. Godot. Upgrade. What the heck was the version I had before? If I look in my... I still have it installed because that's how I upgrade things. 4.3. 4.3 to 4.4.1. Very cool. We're going to push that. Oh, we pulled it instead. We're going to push it now. Very cool. Now, let's experiment with the enemy here for a second. Base enemy is really the only thing we want open. Close other tabs. Cool. So let's just mess around with this for a sec. I'm going to turn the music off so I can jam out while we're working here. And what I'm going to do is just add a little health bar here. Now, one thing I do want to check out is how did I do player HUD? Yeah. I had these HP bars Right, and that's how I did it. What song is this? Also, it's a very weird song. Oh, it's Pantera. I like how Pantera is on the same thing as Offspring for some reason. But I guess there's probably a lot of Pantera fans that also like the Offspring. Okay, so let's think about this. What do we have? I don't think I'm gonna do this. It maybe visually might be too confusing, but I'm gonna add a HUD. Well, no, we're not gonna do the HUD thing first. I want to see what it looks like adding the HP above the enemy, just to see what it looks like. It's probably not gonna be great. So let's figure out how we want to add that actually. Player HUD itself is a the heck is this called again? What kind of node is this? Change type. We're not actually going to change the type. Control, which is it is a canvas item. Okay. I wanted to say canvas item, but I also didn't want to be wrong and say the wrong thing. Not that I care about being wrong so much, but it's good to know what you're actually talking about from time to time. Not always, but you know, at least sometimes know what you're talking about. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna need some kind of canvas item here. This seems to work without having like an actual canvas. Because like I can add a canvas group. Hold on. Control container. Yeah, because we're gonna want some kind of container. Actually, probably just like a let's mock this out real quick, maybe in my Figma here. That's not working because I'm using two different devices here. Okay. So in Figma, let's mock this out. I don't think I have anything. Now, this is literally all the 2D menu stuff. But all I'm going to do here is just like draw some stuff out, draw out some rectangles, and try to come up with something that I like. This could actually probably be a frame. But let's go here and just pick some random green color for the time being. And then I'm gonna say, there's a button to frame this. I haven't used Figma in a while. Yes, Option Command G. We're gonna use it to reinforce the shortcut key in our brains here. That's gonna be enemy HP. Would love to spell things right. Command R is rename, not enter. Enemy HP, rectangle, remaining. Right, and so what I'm going to do with this is we're going to go, oh wait, hold on. No, that's probably right. And this is probably the same size still. It is. And we'll add a fill to this. That's very cool. What else can we do with this to make it look cooler? We can round it. Rounding things always makes it look nicer. Is that what this is? Corner radius 8. Oh, that looks so good. But my rectangle's screwing me up right now. I see what happened though. It's because it added more. And then what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to clip content. There it is. Oh, that actually looks really good, dude. That looks so good. That's probably all we really need for now. I don't know what the heck I just did there. That's realistically all that we need. Now, the only problem is I don't know how to round corners in Godot. We'll look that up in a second, but until we get to that point, all I'm really going to do here, what do I need for this? For this in particular, we want like a rect, maybe two. We want them stacked on top of each other. So we need what? Some kind of container. So what kind of containers do we have? We've got box containers, flow containers, grid containers, margin containers, panel containers, tab containers, base class. Does this mean it's abstract? Can I just add a container? Does that actually do anything? Because I don't want them to be stacked. I want them not to be stacked on top of or next to each other, but I want them like literally on top of each other, right? Aspect ratio. I actually don't know what I would use for this. Change its controls in its center. Flow arranges the child horizontally, vertically, wraps around borders. Margin container panel. I think it's just container. I actually don't even know if I need a container. It could probably just be literally a control. Automatically arranges its child controls in a certain way. I don't think. Oh, they do actually let me do that. That seems very weird, but we're gonna start off that way because I just don't know how else to start this. And we'll do color rect, I think is a thing. Yeah, color rect. That's a button? No, that is a control. Okay, color rect. Displays a rectangle if you need to display the border alone. Nope. So we're going to do color rect. Why is this blanking? Serves no purpose unless a script configures its children placement behavior. Yeah, this is great. This is exactly what I was saying. Maybe I just need a control. Unless the script configures its children placement behavior. Yeah, kinda. I don't know. What we're gonna play this out though. We're gonna play this out. We're gonna see. We're gonna get rid of that if it is a problem. Also, if I change the container, no, no dice. I was hoping that was gonna change the clip contents on. Okay, cool. Now I don't really have to worry about the height if I don't want to. And what I'm going to do is add another color rect. We're just going to duplicate this one. Right? And this is going to be... I forget which one's which. We're going to do track and we're going to do fill. We'll just move them around. Green. Again, don't really care. Picking a random color, and it is the opposite. Top? No. What? Wait a sec. Hey, why? For why? Why doesn't this one show up? Oh, is it in a different position? Let's unclip this. Track. What in the heck? Yeah, we're going to delete the fill. We're going to duplicate it. What? What is going on? Is it because of the container node? Change type. We're going to make that a control. Track 2 is going to be fill. What? Mind blown. I don't get what's going on here. You gotta keep them separated. What if I delete this one? Maybe because I duplicated it. It's because I duplicated it, isn't it? What is the layout transform of this one? What? Oh, wait. What? Wait, what? Like a latest fashion? Okay. That's a bug in my eyes. Because this is 40 by 40. This one has no size. Right? Now, oh, yeah. Yeah, okay, so it's right the way I had it. That's what I thought. And then really what we do here is we would change this depending on how much HP we have, right? Okay. But how do I want this to work? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Loud sirens, bum bum bum. It's already too late. If I anchor this, does that change anything? Kinda. Kinda. As my friend now would say, kinda. And we can actually clip this. And let's get the right size here. Actually, anchor. Yeah, that is anchored to the center. So if I make this smaller, it should stay the center. Nope. Maybe because there is no canvas. Oh, maybe because I moved it. Come out and play. Bum, bum, bum. Nope. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. See, I was expecting it to maintain its center position. Oh, alignment. Alignment. Tie your own rope, tie your own hay. Man, you just rocked me. Take him out. Maybe I'll just go like this and make it smaller. In which case, it's going to be 16 pixels. Hey, don't pay no mind. You're under 18, you won't be doing any time. Hey, hey, hey. Come out and play. Now we can just go like this and see what that looks like. Spawn some Shazat. Oh, that's a bug we need to fix. Oh, that's funny. But we can definitely see his HP. It's gonna be HP bar. Right, and then what we're gonna do is make our debug label visible. And we're just gonna have to move that up. Oh my gosh. Cool. And I guess we need to make it a little bit upper, higher, more up, more upness. Local H. Hold on. Makes me want to listen to 10-foot pole for some reason. 10-foot pole, the getaway. It's a good song. ADD has even more listens. Never Look Back. Down, 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 down. Happened to me. I can't stop now, and it still seems like a dream. Bum bum bum. Bum 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 bum. Now I see news. What's in your gun? Now what I think we're gonna do is this. And oh, oh, oh! I got a great idea. I don't know that it's a great idea actually, but two things I'm gonna do here. Yeah, let's do this. We're gonna create a new script. I want to make this a small script, like isolate it, and we're gonna put a timer on it. We can eventually make this its own scene. We just call this timer. It doesn't really matter. Or we'll rename it display timer. Right, and then here we're going to add a script. Oh yes, enemies HP bar. I see. Yeah, that is kind of weird, right? Well, we're going to throw it there anyways, and we can move it later because I don't want to worry about the details right now. And we're going to grab track we don't need, but fill and display timer we're going to need. Right? That's cool. And then what we're going to do, HP bar. So I can do this one of two ways. I can put the signal in here and keep everything like super local. Actually, in that case, I don't even think we really need a signal. I don't think this needs to be a signal. We'll just have a function ready. And we'll say, oh, we do need, I lied, we do need the track. We're so full of shit, I guess it's time to pay. I never did I have it all. Never thought I'd take the fall, but now I run out of chances. Bum, 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 bum. So, I don't know how it's gonna work. No, I do. Fill.transform, maybe? Let me take a look. Where does this come from? This comes from control. So we're going to go look at the control documentation. And there's a button to hide some stuff. And I forgot what it is. Command-Shift-D. Like destroy everything except this one thing, right? Command-Shift-Destroy. Yeah, that's what we're going to call it from now on. Command-Shift-Destroy. I'll remember that. Transform. Right. Transform. Oh, but it showed up in control. But it might come from higher up. Well, no, because that's where it's showing though, right? Size. Okay, yeah, that's what we actually want to change. The size of the node's bounding rectangle. So fill.size equals track.size. And the way I'm going to test this is I'm going to go Command-Shift undestroy. And we're going to go back here. And I'm going to change fill to a different size. Oh. We're going to make it half of 16 is 13. I don't think this one, yeah. Actually, still don't know why that didn't work. Hold on, fill. Oh, right, 16. Half of 16 is 13, guys. Oh my god, math. It's 7. It doesn't have to be half. I just wanted to see it not be the same number. Oh, and yeah, that's fine. Now when these guys spawn, should pop in. Oh, it's not a function. I probably did that because I was thinking it was like an array or something. Yeah, okay, that works. It's got a full bar now, right? That's what we wanted to see. Okay, and then we're gonna have func set HP max and current as an integer and max as an integer. Please let me take them. I don't want to be an idiot. Not enough for me, she said. Okay, we need to do math again. Oh my god. It's easy math. It's easy math, but I have this problem that if I can't visualize it in my brain if I don't write it down. So I gotta like write it down. We're doing like a proportion here. So it's gonna be like on paper, that would be something like current over max equals x over the max size, right? X not to be confused with the x dimension, right? So this is gonna be, but this is gonna be x actually. So current over max. Yo, what's up, 1-bit dreams? So we do this, then we cross multiply. It looks a little bit weird writing it with a slash. So what would that be? That would be numerator times denominator, current times 16. So that would be, and that 16, that magic 16 is our track dot size dot x. So var new width equals current times track dot size dot x divided by 16. No, sorry, I already used the 16 by max, right? Because then we have x times max, and then we divide by max to get x. So yeah, divided by max. And that should be a float. Can we have points in pixels? Can we have decimals? Yeah, okay. So then yeah, we're gonna have decimals and pixels. And I did all that, and then all I really need to do is fill dot size equals vector 2. We're gonna go vector 2, our vector 2ing vector 2's fill dot size dot y. Actually, can I just change the x? Is that possible? I don't know. What are you complaining about? Oh, max is the same as a built-in function. Oh, you're right, it does. Set HP, in which case we'll rename both of these current HP, and we'll name this one max HP. There we go. And then actually don't even know, this calculates the percentage based on the HP. But let me open my, I don't know where this would be, enemy scripts. It's been a while since I looked at this code. Where do I take damage actually? Oh, I have an HP class for that, don't I? Yes, my hitbox. Oh, this is a good song. Wow. HP changed. And this one does use the signal for some reason. Take damage, damage player number. Uh-huh. Everybody knew their neighbors. So how did my debug thing here get the max HP? I think I did this weird thing where like I just initialized something to HP on ready. Yeah, exactly. This debug info.new max health. I don't actually track the max health anywhere. Fair. Okay. So uh yeah, we should kind of hold on to that, shouldn't we? uh I could export it, the max HP. That would give me the flexible of creating an enemy that doesn't have full HP. I don't know why I would do that. And it would be more consistent with me having an HP, but I don't think I'm going to do that right now. I'll wait until I need that kind of feature, and we'll do a max HP, and we'll make that an int. I think I can just assign it to here. No, I can't because on ready hasn't happened yet. And then I'll just say like, yeah, max HP is assigned to HP. Only now it is too late. Things can never be the way they were before. You can't go back to how things were before. Okay. And that allows us to do this. The trust is gone, you walk alone. But do 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 do. Oh, I see what's happening here. Actually, what's happening here? Okay, so we're gonna remove this max HP. Nope, don't need it. So I just realized that hitbox is what's managing the HP and the damage. So hitbox will add a max HP. I'll help you find the place you're looking for. I hope you find a place you're looking for. I hope you find. I hope you find. So wait, this also has an HP? That's confusing. Oh, but it looks like I don't use it. That's fine. So I'm gonna do what I did there over here. Under signal, we'll make a var max HP. And then, oops, that's not the ready function. There is no ready function. Let's make one. Ready. And we'll say max HP is equal to HP. Cool. Now what we're gonna need actually is a signal, because these two things need to talk to each other and they're siblings. Is that true? It's like weird, right? But I could. It's weird. But if I wanted to, I could go here and be like, yo, bruh, grab this. That's not the right button. I hit control by mistake. Yeah, see, I can access it like this, but that seems like weird and hacky to me. So I don't want to do that. So we'll make a signal for this, but what I'm going to do is I'll add that signal to my signal bus. We'll throw my signal bus at the bottom of the screen here. Make it a little bit tinier. And then what signal? Oh, HP changed. I don't have a thing for that. Oh, wait a second. Okay, using a signal bus is going to have this problem. But then why would we use a signal versus just calling a function? I got to think about this now. Got it. Okay. I got it. Right. I'm dummy. I'm a dummy. So this has an HP signal. It doesn't listen to it. It emits the HP change signal. That's where this comes into play, where my enemy script on ready is going to grab a reference to, what's this thing called? HP bar. This needs a class name, HP bar, so we can reference it in code. I'm going to shove it over here next to hitbox because it makes sense to me. All right. HP bar. Yeah, that is weird that I put a space in there. Let's not do that. And let's camel case it. And I'll come back here, reload from disk, and we're going to rename this thing HP bar. Cannot find HP bar. Yeah, you can. You just have to try harder. Okay, so now what we're going to do, right, on HP changed here, that updates our thing, right? Well, we already have this connected. So we can also say in here, since we already have this connected, instead of making a new connection, I'll just use the same function. I don't have a strong opinion on which way is better just yet. One function to do one thing, or like this really just listens to everything. So whatever, HP bar dot set HP. Oh, but that only emits the current HP. So HP changed. HP max HP. Oh, that's actually a good idea for variable names. Instead of current and max HP, just HP and max HP. I'm gonna go back here and change that back to HP. I also have to like standardize this. I don't know what I call this in other places. I think some places it's still called health. So it's like numerator, denominator. That's the way I call it over there. So I'm gonna emit it over here. New HP. New HP. New max HP. New HP, new max HP. So let's try it out. Oh, that's cool. It works. Okay, it works, but what does it look like now? I'm gonna be like, problem is I don't understand. My math is probably bad here. Like 3 out of 5 shouldn't look like that. Okay, that's for sure 1 out of 5, but it should still go down for 3 out of 5. So let's do a printout here, new width, and let's see what we're getting here. Give me more information than that though. Get the width, and then I'll see what track dot size is. Track size. Max HP. I'll just do HP actually. And then we'll say HP. All right. New width 16. How is that possible? HP is 3 out of 3. But it's not 3 out of 3. It's 3 out of 5. Oh, wait. Where the heck is this 5 coming from? Wait, yeah. Wait, hold on. My debug label says it's 5. Oh, hold the phone. Let's look at Ghost. That might be why. I forgot I override this in different places. But that shouldn't matter. This is 3. So ghosts aren't supposed to have 5 HP. What? What? Why does my ghost have... That's probably why the game feels wrong. Why does my ghost have 5 HP? Did I change it somewhere? No, my ghost just has the state cycle in it. Where's the number 5 coming from? I don't know where this 5 is coming from, you guys. Oh my days. It's coming from here. So what's happening is it's getting the HP from here, then it's copying it into here. That is confusing that I have 2 of those. Like maybe one of these things is not right. I feel like the HP should be on the enemy object to keep this stuff grouped to make it easier to find stuff. But it does make sense that it would also be here. But the problem is now that I'm editing these things are out of sync and it gets confusing. But either way, the problem is the same. The problem is that my enemy script, I have to, when I set hitbox.hp, oh, I shouldn't set HP. I should emit. No, I should take damage? No. Oh. HP changed. Oh. Is there a way to add a property observer? Godot property observer. I want to say did set, but I wanted to have a backing variable property change signal. In Godot, you can implement a property observer pattern to listen for changes in node properties. You can override the set method in your script to detect property changes. Oh, okay. That looks a bit hacky, but let's see. This is from 2016. That's probably where that answer came from. It's probably very old. Well, okay. Sup today. Yo, what's up, Judo Hippo? So this might be telling me 2 things at the same time. This might be telling me that I shouldn't be exporting it, that it should be private, and that we should be setting it through a function programmatically. Just chilling with the kids. Nice. I'm adding some basic HP bars to my enemies. Gonna do some Lego in a minute. Ooh, which kind of Legos are you putting together? Would you have like a specific set or just like random parts and like free construction time? Freeform, freestyle. That's the word I'm looking for. Freestyle Legos, or you got a set that you're building? Some Minecraft set. That's cool. Minecraft, I feel like already looks a lot like Legos, so I can't really quite visualize that in my brain. Minecraft Legos. I don't doubt it's a thing though. You kind of, kind of what I pictured. They're just like pretty regular looking Legos, but that's pretty cool though, because I guess this is what Minecraft looks like. Oh, this is super cool. I like this. I could get into this. Like, I really like Legos, but they take up space, and I'm at a point in my life where I just don't want that cost. Not even the cost, like the monetary cost, but like the cost of space is not something I'm interested in right now. I do have a Lego set that I could build though. Maybe I should do that on stream one time. It's mostly the minifigures, figs, and build instructions. Cool, cool. All this stuff looks pretty cool though. Like every time I see Legos, it makes me like, I don't know. My brain goes back in time and I'm like, ah, I want to build it. Okay, so let me run this by you real quick, Judo. Maybe you have thoughts on this. So I have this very decoupled HP hitbox, script, which does collision detection and manages the player's HP. That HP is a property on here that's exported. What game are you making? What's up, Avocado? We're working on a dungeon crawler. Actually, I think my title's wrong. I think my title says side scroller. Oh no, it just says 2D game. See, I covered all my bases with that one. That was maybe not my thinking at the time, but it worked out. I have this HP exported HP property here, but then I have an HP property on the enemy. Like, it makes sense for me to have this here because like I can configure all the enemy stuff in one place. But then this one also makes sense because I can throw a hitbox. That's why I have hitboxes on walls. I think maybe I answered my own question. Let me find my wall. I think I have a breakable wall, which probably has a hitbox. Jajang. And that's why I have this here also. It's confusing though in this context because there's two controls that control it, and this one takes precedence through code. So I'm trying to figure out how to make this make more sense. Also, because it's public, I can just do max HP equals. Sorry, not max HP. I can just do HP equals, which I did over here. But I need to observe this property and emit that the HP changed when this happens. Oh, but this is a problem. This is a problem. Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to sidestep this issue for now because I still need to think about this. And I just want to get it done right now. Function set HP. HP. Max HP. And what we're going to do is say HP self.hp equals HP, self.max HP equals max HP. And we're going to say emits, no, it's the signal name, HP change dot emit. It's going to say emit HP. And maybe never have to think about doing that ever again. I know it's just one function. What is the issue here? It's shadowed. Yeah, I know that. Shadow variable. Warning, ignore. Shadowed variable. So, and then here, see, the only thing I don't like about this is there's no way for me to stop this from happening. Set HP. I think I just call it HP, right? Yeah. Okay, HP seems pretty consistent. Okay, now let's see. Now, when I hit this thing for the first time, the HP should go down. It does. Oh, it feels so good. Yo, that feels so good. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's like a massive. That is the dumbest thing that I've ever seen. It just like makes the game feel better. Like just reciprocating that action of that not that action, that reciprocating that, the HP is going down. Oh god, that feels so good. Like before, you would just like shoot and it was like nothing happens. You don't know that this thing's taking damage. Oh, that's the other thing too. Um, there's nothing else kind of reciprocating that we're taking damage. Like there's no feedback. Like, hey, you hit something. So maybe what I should do. Okay, so two things that I want to do though. On ready, visible equals false. And then when we take damage, visible equals true. Oh, wait, hold on. We're not going to do that yet. We're not going to do that yet. I don't want to do too many things in one commit here. This is working, and I'm very happy. Oh, that feels so good. That feels so good. That's staying in. Okay, what I want to do, though, is go to my base enemy. This is like a bit thick in my head. Size. That's only 5 pixels. I don't want to make it too small. Yeah, 3 pixels looks pretty darn good, right? See what it looks like. That's cool. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to commit that hitbox. So it's going to be HP bar enemy. Actually, tag it enemy, tag HP bar, add small HP bar above enemy head to reciprocate reciprocity, yeah, reciprocate, cool, reciprocate damage. We're gonna add a couple other things in here too. So then the next thing we're gonna do, on ready, visible equals false. Then when we take damage, visible equals true. We're gonna test that real quick. Didn't work. Looks like we have errors here. Unsafe load. Visible. Oh. Of course that's not gonna work. And I accidentally closed it. That's my hitbox. So of course there's nothing to look at. There's nothing to look at in hitbox. HP bar is the one that we want to say visible equals false. And then set HP show. Should show. I think what that should default to. But now that I have too many parameters here, we're going to chop it down. Oops. Unused. Fine, we're going to use it. If should show. That is logically the same as me saying visible equals should show. Oh, that's cool. That's cool, yeah. And that makes sense. And then on HP changed. True. Makes sense to me. Let's see if it works. Oh, 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 it looks so good. It's such a dumb thing, but like it feels so much better. I can't really explain the fireworks that are exploding in my brain right now. Yeah, and now my screen's not polluted with all these other HP bars, so this actually works really well. I was worried that it was going to be very busy with all the HP bars on screen, but if I only show them when they take damage, then that's good. Then the other thing I'm going to do, that's cool. That's a commit. That's one commit right there. Enemy HP bar enhance. Only show HP bar when taking damage. Right? And then my next change that I'm going to do, that's going to be microscopic, is we're going to take this display timer. 1 second. I don't know. We'll try it at 1 second. We'll do auto start. Auto start? Two things going on in my head. I can just always have this thing hiding. No, that doesn't make sense. We want it to be one shot. We want it to be a one shot, and we want to manually start it because my mouth has to catch up to my brain right now. Okay, because originally I was thinking we would just have a timer and just say like, oh, every 3 seconds hide it. But if we're like at like let's say we're at like 2.9 seconds and we're right about to hide the label, the display again, the HP bar, and then we want to show it, then we want to prolong that timer. And the only way for us to do that is to cancel it and restart it. It's going to be like a debounce. So we're going to make it a one shot, and then we have to manage this debouncing thing ourselves. Is there a way to cancel a timer? Command Shift destroy everything. Okay. Auto start one shot paused. Oh, we can pause. Time left. Can we change time left? Specifies when the timer is updated during the main loop. Oh, sorry, time left. The timer is remaining always 0 if the timer is stopped. This property is read only. Is based on wait time. Oh, so we have a start function, which means we probably have a stop function. We do. Stop. Okay, start time is stopped. Stop. Specifies when the timer is updated. Okay, so all we're going to do, it's going to be super simple. Display timer dot timeout dot connect. Is that what it's called? Signals timeout. Timeout dot connect on display timer timeout. Visible equals false. That's what we're going to do. And then, at the beginning of this function, we're going to say, actually, we could just do it all here. Timer dot display timer dot stop, display timer dot start. I'm going to put a note on why I'm doing this here with a stop. Stop to prevent previous timer interval from ticking, aka debounce the timer. Okay, now it's set at 1 second, so I can see bump, bump. I need to add one to the enemy spawns too. But it looks like it's working. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do is change that timer. I think 1 second's too short. So we'll try 2 seconds, which is also short, but that's double, right? So Command Shift undestroy all my UI thingies. Go back to display timer. We're gonna double that to 2 seconds and see what that feels like. Okay, that was pretty easy. That's cool. And that's like really good context for what the HP is for. Okay. I like 2 seconds. Enemy, HP bar, enhance, hide, HP bar after 2 seconds of not taking damage. I'm going to push that. Dope. That's really good. Okay. So then okay. Now let's add one to enemy spawn. There's a couple of things I want to add it to actually. It's going to be a little bit of copy pasta here, which I'm not a super big fan of, but I think I'm only going to have to do it like 2 or 3 times, and it's like one function call, so I think it's okay. Right, hitbox. Oh, I see. So now what we're going to have to do is extract this. Yes, now it's coming together why this needs to be a separate scene. Save branch to scene. Scenes. Should it be under enemies? Where's my hitbox? Common. Ooh, where is hitbox? It's under common, but it's like right in common. So we're gonna make, yeah, because before hitbox didn't have, oh no, it did have a script. Oh, but we're gonna just make a new one called HP bar. It's technically HUD, but whatever. So we'll save it here. And then what I should do is find that script. Let's see if it moved my script. I doubt it. Scenes, common, HP bar. Yep, it did not move it. The other one was in... Hoo-ha. Where was it actually? Well, we can search for it. Under enemies. That's a commit. Right. Enemy HP bar. Enhance. Extract. Enhance, cleanup. Cleanup, extract HP bar to its own scene for reusability and say why we're doing it. For reusability. For reuse, not resability. Reusability. We don't want to resurrect anything. Reusability. Okay. Now that we've done that, we can come to enemy spawner, which also desperately needs this. And then we can go here and we can say, hey, add a HP bar, add an HP bar to this. Well, that's pretty good positioning, I think. And then what we got to do is enemy spawner now. Do the same thing we did. Whoopsie daisy. We don't need this signal bus here anymore. Enemy. This code's fine. Doesn't need to be changed. We'll go open up our enemy spawner. And then export. Yeah, it doesn't even have a hitbox in here. Export bar hitbox. Oh, I see what I did here. These are all the scene things. Default values using $, which won't return nodes in the scene before ready. Oh, I hit export because I was put it in the wrong spot completely. Good error messages, really good error messages. That's what you like to see when you're working on stuff. Oh, my back is tight. That's actually pretty good. That was a really productive, what was that, an hour? That means it's time to do a stretch break. So when I do these stretch breaks, what I do is I get out of my seat and I encourage everyone else to get out of their seat, and then I play an ad break on Twitch for like 3 minutes while I go stretch. And it pretty much takes me longer than 3 minutes to stretch anyway, so it's a good use of everybody's time, I believe. Get up, get a drink, move around, stretch. I'm going to do some mobility exercises and stretches on the yoga mat. I'll be back in 3 to 5 minutes. This is really good. I'll be right back, guys. I kind of want to play music here, but I don't want to like deal with copyright issues on YouTube. So I don't know. Actually, well, you know what I can do here? I can play the music from the actual video. Hold on. which is this. Oh, this one's chilling. We'll be right back. Okay, I'm actually fairly, I can say that word, fairly happy about this implementation. Let's come back here. I am fairly happy about that implementation. Okay, so I grabbed a Red Bull because I want to keep chugging away here. And it's a good chugging drink for chugging away, not for chugging. Okay, that didn't make really much sense. Not for chugging to drink itself, but you know, for chugging away, whatever, at work. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Say more weird things. We're on camera. Okay, hitbox. What was it? Oh, it was adding, right? Adding the hitbox to the player spawn. All I really need to do here is say hitbox dot. Actually, do need to open hitbox again because I already forgot the name of the signal. HP changed. Dot connect to HP bar, which I also need. And HP bar dot set HP. I think that just works. No, it doesn't actually just work at all. That's fine. We will make it work. What's my favorite 10-foot pole song? Ooh, that's such a good one. Bow, 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 bow. Oh, because it has. Damn it. Oh, wait, there is a way to do this. Dot bind? True? Oh, it worked! I'm a genius. Also, yeah, okay, well, that's fine. Look, look, now that I have it in its own little script, you see how I can just like reuse this anywhere with like zero effort? That's actually crazy. I have no problem hanging out. Then I see a glimpse of doubt. This is actually not enemy anymore. This is enemy spawner. Sorry, I didn't know what I was going to write there, so I deleted the whole thing. HP bar. Enhance. Add HP bar to enemy spawner. And maybe I should also go into breakable wall and do the same darn thing. Maybe I'm just weird. You're not weird, Peach, you're just fine. And I'm proud to say you're mine, regardless of the strange things you've done. I'm so glad that you're my son. I'd really think from what you've said. Problems all in your head. Oops. You must let go of being strange. I have no problem hanging out. Then I see a glimpse of doubt. Okay, now we're starting to see the benefit of why this should be a signal. Well, this wasn't a signal, but the hitbox being a signal. HP change dot connect. And what makes them not like me? I forgot the name of the function, which is dot set HP. Maybe I'm just we do have a breakable wall there. Oops. Oh my god, it's so good. uh I know it's so dumb. I know it looks so stupid, but like it just makes everything so much better. Oh my gosh, I can tell what's going on in the game. I can tell what's going on in my game now. Massive quality of life improvement right there. For that matter, maybe another thing worth doing is every time I pick up like a thing, instead of just showing the score in the top left, maybe I should have like a bling bling bling, like a Super Mario, contextually showing the points going up. Oh man, it's so good, and it's like not in the way of anything. So one thing that is a bit of a problem, two things that are a bit of a problem. I do want it to look a little bit nicer. So for one thing, I'm using like a totally random color here. It is a green, like we could make it a better green color. And maybe, I don't know if it should be white in the background or black. What is your game about? What's up, QCS3? Yeah, that's a good question. So this game actually doesn't have a story. Um, I could probably retrofit one later, like come up with a, oh, that looks really good on the slimes, dude. That actually like feels like, hey, I'm actually doing damage. I'm doing stuff. I just added HP bars to enemies and breakable objects. So I'm testing it out right now. This game doesn't have a story yet, but basically I wanted to learn the Godot game engine. I went through some quick courses on Udemy, and then I decided, okay, let me try to put what I learned to the test and just make something. So this was me learning how to do that, basically making a game on my own. So I'm trying to keep it very simple and quick, so I don't have to. I mean, I've spent months on this already, as terrible as it looks, but I'm probably coming up to about a half a year on this, maybe, but not full time. So probably actually, if it were full time, it would probably be more like maybe 3 months or 4 months worth of time. But in any case, this is just a dungeon crawler. I wanted to make something so inspired by, hey, what's up, Shrill Duck? That is a very cute duck. I wanted to make something inspired by, well, the Gauntlet. If you've ever seen the Gauntlet, it looks basically exactly like the Gauntlet, but something dungeon crawly, something co-op. I need to tweak the gameplay a bit. Most of it right now was just getting the game set up, getting things working. There's a bunch of bugs I'm still working out. But the idea was to just have some kind of co-op dungeon crawly thing. It's lacking interest right now. I need to make it more interesting. But that kind of Gauntlet or Diablo type feel is kind of what I'm going for. I did have Path of Exile Gauntlet. Oh, wait, Path of Exile Gauntlet? Is that a thing? Hmm. I have done Path of Exile. Is it in Path of Exile? There's a Gauntlet. So I think Gauntlet. I think the original idea of Gauntlet is that it's supposed to be a race against time, which is why my game also has a timer. Wow, I don't do damage fast enough to kill that game balance issue. Dude, I love these HP bars. These HP bars are so huge quality of life improvement. Okay, so we're gonna make a new commit, enemy spawner. HP bar. No, sorry. I might as well just call it HP bar, but I already did the other ones the other way, so let's be consistent. Breakable wall. Add HP bar to breakable wall. This one I called enhance, but let's reword this and say add. I think I like that wording better. Push. Good luck improving this game. Thank you so much, QZS. QZ. Sorry, I have a hard time reading your name. QZCS. It's where they crank up the difficulty of the Path of Exile, and you have a limit of time to see how far you can get without dying. Oh, that's cool. That's basically, I think, like what the original Gauntlet was like, kind of supposed to be. I mean, not really so much increasing difficulty. Maybe some of the levels got more difficult. But yeah, a lot of what I'm doing in general is inspired by retro games, kind of games that I grew up with and playing, that what I'm trying to do is kind of go through games in time, and like, first off, learn how to make games. I'm kind of new to this. So learning how to make games, but then also trying to figure out like somewhere along the timeline of game history, I feel like fun was lost, and trying to figure out exactly what that was kind of firsthand by kind of, recreating some things. And then also I want to figure out how to innovate those old games that I used to like to play on my own. Try to figure out how to innovate them on my own. Like how I can kind of update those games and make them interesting for this generation of players also. What distribution are you using? Distribution of, you mean Linux? They add 125% extra damage as fire, cold, lightning, chaos that mobs do, and they increase the health pool and other things. Yeah, I really, really love Diablo. I actually want to give Path of Exile another shot. I think the second one just came out recently, right? I don't know why I could. Oh, I did. I do have Path of Exile 2, and I did play Path of Exile 2. What am I saying? I remember now. The thing I didn't like about this game that drove me bananas was every time I cast a spell on the sorceress or sorcerer, whatever the heck it was, his feet would move, and it drove me totally bananas. I know that's a really small, stupid thing, but it was like, stop moving. I want you to stand still when you're casting. But whatever. Yeah, isn't that Linux? No, it's it's Mac OS actually. But this is Vim, which is maybe why this is Vim and Tmux. So you can get these all on Linux. Most of the stuff I use, actually not most of it, but at least maybe half the stuff I use should also be on Linux. I'm on Mac OS now. I do a lot of mobile app development, so having a Mac is in my best interest still. But I do like Linux a lot. I use Linux for all my servers and backend stuff. I don't have a distro that I prefer so much right now. The last time I used it, Linux as a desktop, I was using. Actually, no. This computer right here does have it loaded, but right now it's actually booted into Windows because this other computer that I'm streaming from. Actually, I don't need to do that right now. I don't need to do that right now, but I was doing streaming on Twitch, and I was using there's like a transcoder built-in, like a multi-streaming transcoder thing, but it only works on Windows version of OBS because you need the, I think, Windows NVIDIA drivers or something. Once that's on Linux, this laptop's probably never going to see Windows again. Path of Exile, I still think is better. Then Path of Exile 2, they need to fix things. Yeah, I should try the first one again. I played the first one also. What do you like more, faster gameplay like Diablo 2 or slower gameplay like Elden Ring? That's a good question. I actually haven't really played Elden Ring. Um, but I definitely like Diablo 2. I was literally playing Diablo 2 this morning. I really love Diablo 2. That is like in my brain still one of the best games in history, I would argue, is Diablo 2. And it holds up today, especially with Resurrected and the updated graphics. But even if I had to play with the old graphics, I would still play the heck out of that game. For Linux though, I the last time, yeah, like Ubuntu was like my, hey, this is easy to use. This laptop's got Debian, this other laptop that I'm streaming from. Um, I'm streaming from a different computer than the one I'm doing my work on. So my stream laptop is not is booted into Windows now, but I run Debian on there. And I don't know. I'm still looking for something that I like. There was this cool one that my friend was telling me about. I forgot the name, but it lets you basically create images. Like you can write a script, and it will install all the packages in that script. Like it'll make a new Linux and like kind of it's almost like containerizes itself. It's pretty cool. I forgot the name of it. I'll have to look it up. Path of Exile 2 is more of an Elden type gameplay. Path of Exile 1 is a more D2. Yeah, I probably like Path 1 better. I tried Path 1 a bunch of times and I had trouble getting into it and I don't remember why. I really don't remember why. So this looks like it's done. I don't think there's anything else that needs. Yeah, so I was trying not to put the HP bars in because I wanted it to play more like the Gauntlet, the original Gauntlet for NES, and I think there was an RPG. RPG. I think there was an arcade version of it also. Yeah, it's on the walls. Yeah, it's dope. It's dope. It's so dope. I mean, we can go make that look much nicer, right? Like eventually I would like to see animations in there and have it like animate down with some like easing. But this game, we're just doing super primitive stuff for learning. You know, we're not really. I might go over it later and do some passes of enhancements like that, like micro UX enhancements. But think about Path of Exile Gauntlet, you can win things. That's cool. Like a gear and stuff like that. What do you win from clearing it? This is cool. This was such a good idea. Okay. So, sorry, upgrade project 1.1. We actually did that already. I did this and I just kind of like whatever. It's done. It's actually done. We actually implemented it. Okay, that was two things that were like easy to do that I'm happy I got done. Now we got to do something more tricky and more difficult that we're going to hate ourselves for taking on this work, but I got to like balance off the things that make me feel happy and the things that make me feel miserable. Like a PS5 money and other oh, that's cool actually, like gift cards. Interesting. Mute and unmute not working on options menu from controllers. Um, Pressing the keyboard triggers the next action twice. Oh, in options menu. I'm going to take this one first because I don't want to deal with plugging in my controller right now. I have so many problems with controllers. Like controller support is like I don't want to do it, but it's like one of the pillars of what I'm trying to accomplish is I want games that you can play locally with people, and to do that I need controller support. There's no way around it. So all my games, I want to have controller support. Sorry, I got a message I had to answer real quick. Nothing super important though. Uh, they have different tiers, like how far you get in the acts, how many maps, bosses you did, and other things. Okay, that's kind of cool. So bigger challenges reap bigger rewards, I guess. Is there something that you risk by losing? Like what is the bet that you're making, kind of? You know what I'm saying? Like there's usually like a risk, right? What's the risk that you're taking for that reward? Like if you can't complete gauntlet, is it like you can only try it once? Like what's the downside for failing the gauntlet or for your insanity? Sorry, yeah, I like to think about these things sometimes. Also, I'm a little bit crazy when I talk. I recognize that. I have a very weird way of thinking and talking sometimes. Yeah, so this HP bar could be nicer, but yeah, we're gonna take a look at this. Pressing down triggers that X action twice. So I think what's happening, that explains this, which is good. It's good that I wrote these tickets down because I was looking at this before and I was like, why am I skipping two things here? Oh, okay, so that's interesting. So enter works. Oh, now it's doing one in the up direction. The up direction does one at a time. I'm assuming that's highlighting the back button or something. But when I go down, it's doing two at a time. I don't know where it goes after this though. So let's close out these files. Let's look at my options menu. Now let's see if we can figure out what the heck is going on. I made this abstraction, this input handler thing, because I thought it would help me. Is my input handler thing bugged? Did I do something silly? What is going on here? Oh, oh, it's your insanity. I thought you meant I'm insane. I'm insane. I was like, yeah, I might be insane. Okay, so I'm not insane. That's good. So I'm not insane, but you have sanity in Path of Exile, and you lose insane. You lose your sanity, becoming insane, and then you have to start all over. Okay. And then I brought another soda thing here. I'm gonna have to pee like crazy. So good chance you'll be crazy once the gauntlet is over. Ah, I see. It's only because if you die, you have to start all over. Oh, so you mean like I see. So you mean like metaphorically, you go crazy. It's not like a game mechanic. So I don't know too much about Path of Exile because I tried it a few times when it was new because everyone was like, oh, it's basically Diablo, and I love Diablo, but I had trouble getting into it for some reason. Even the first one I did, and then the second one I was really didn't like much at all. The second one looked really good though. The graphics were good. I just had issues playing it. So there's like really not a lot of code here. Return false. Okay, so maybe there is a bug in my input handler. So let's take a look at what this does. This was something that I felt like I was doing enough times that I should just have a system to like easily be able to repeat like menu handling. And player number. Where the heck do I use this? Nowhere? Okay, that's good. Maybe that shouldn't be there. Let's do a quick grep. Yep, doesn't get used anywhere. I think I can safely delete that. Or player 0. Oh, yes. Yes, that's confusing now because I do map player 1 to the number 0. But this would be then input handler dot player 0. Player number dot player 0. Player 1. Oh, yeah, that's really not worth it. Yeah, totally not worth it. Get rid of that. Deleting code's good because, you know, gets rid of things that could potentially be bugs. In this case, it just gets rid of noise. Handle input, device ID. Okay, so all this is fine. Ah, right. This was something that was maybe a problem, right? Because what I actually, so the way this works is I add all of these functions to an array of functions, and then I loop through all those functions, and then I handle them. If not, player is action, return false, return blah, blah, blah. And what does that do? Return false. Return blah, blah, blah. And so if handler then halts, oh, then return. Oh, then that stops the, right, that stops the loop. It doesn't process anything else after that, right? So if I went here and let's say, yeah, actually for that matter, why am I returning false here? Like up and down could be true, no? Well, it doesn't fix my problem. So I think I remember why I had this here. I think there's two things, right? From what I recall, there are two things here that are fighting each other. So that doesn't fix anything. We can leave that as false. I think there are two things that are fighting each other here. And I think the up and down, let's comment this. Oops. I think the two things, yeah, see, this works great. This works great. I don't know why left and right don't work. So this is the built-in UI component navigation that's at play right now. And from what I recall, this is going to have to require me to do that thing I didn't want to have to do before, where I connect my gamepad and now deal with all the gamepad issues in my game. The first one of which may be that my battery's dead. No, okay. So now, yeah, up and down aren't going to work at all because there's nothing built in for that. So then the question becomes, why was this broken? Which leads us, okay, I'm going down the rabbit hole in my brain. Let me see if I wrote any of this down anywhere. I feel like I had to have written this down. No, didn't write anything down. This looks like the default UI up and UI down events, or the default UI navigation. I don't want anything. I can see sometimes you don't want me. Love me the times that I need you. Want anything. I can see sometimes you don't want me. Just love me the times that I need you. I can say then I'll always be free. This looks like the default UI options or the default navigation. Conflicting, both activating, right? So we need to do one of two things. So disable built-in navigation, which seems like a bad idea. Seems like a bad idea. Leverage it. Figure out why it's not working with the controller. I have to put that somewhere also. However, controller input is not working. However, default events with controller input are not working. So I think that's probably that's the heck was that thing I made? I made a thing. Input manager. Input devices. It might be this one. No. Device manager, device input. Oh, there's also device input. I don't think it's this one either. Oh, it is this one. It is this one. So here I go through and I try to like rewrite all of the controls for the game. And in the process, I move the default one to a different device. Because I didn't want to delete it. But the problem is it seems like when you do that, it just doesn't work. Oh, there's a drum meeting that I'm gonna have to dip into in a few minutes. Um, that I should go to. I'm trying to get more consistent with it, but that's only like a 5-10 minute meeting that I'll bounce off to. So I'll stay live in the interim. So we need to figure out how these default events work in Godot. The solution to this might be to completely rip out this stupid thing that I made and then just manually duplicate all of the controls. I absolutely hate all the shortcomings of all the game engines right now when it comes to controller support. It seems like such a you need to have this thing in place, and it seems like no one's really doing it right now. I haven't tried Unreal yet, so I don't know. But Unity's got issues. It doesn't know which controller is which, is associated with which player. And then this Godot kind of has a similar problem. You can specify it though, but then you have to like manually do it for. You have to manually set the controls for each device. How difficult would it be for me to edit, literally just edit this file? This is probably in the project file, right? What's it called? Input map. Input. Here we go. What in the heck even is this? What is this file format? It's like almost, it's like it wants to be an ini file, but then it's like, nah. Events. This is like JSON blobs meets ini files. What I'm thinking is, what if I do something crazy, right? And instead of doing this at runtime and trying to manage all this nonsense, what if I just make something that will duplicate these keys in the file and just change the project file? So for example, oh, these are separate lines, right? So for example, it would just go like this, and it'd just be like, oh, device 0, no, device 1, boom. And we reload from disk, and then maybe I have to, I don't see it here. Which one did I just change? Key code 419. I don't know what the heck that is. Input event key. So one of these should have device 1, and it doesn't look like it does. Oh wait, it might be in here somewhere. Filter by events. I don't know. Maybe I have to reload this screen in order for that to pop out. I'm looking for something that says device 1. Okay, well that backfired horribly. Ah, I have to know the exact input. Don't show built-in actions. That might make it easier. Yeah. 0 0 0 0 0 0. Darn it. I thought I was so freaking smart, man. Did it override it? Is that why? Nope, still in there. Definitely still in there. I just don't know what I changed. Key label location. Yeah, this doesn't tell me enough be able to figure out what's what here. Or maybe this 0 to 1 change here, like reload from disk. Nothing's popping in, but I also wonder, which would also suck. I mean, now I'm tampering with project files, which is like kind of playing with fire here. Let me quit out to the project, reload current project. Let's do that. And let's see if it pops in. Project settings. Oof. Input map. Darn it. Darn it. Nuts. It definitely did not work. Maybe there's like some, I don't know, check something. Button index 13. Wait, hold on. That actually tells me what button it is. Button index. Uh, 0 to... I actually don't know what button 13 is. Button 13 is a direction, isn't it? Oh, which would mean it's a built-in action. Actually. Yep. That's why I couldn't see it. 13. There it is. Hey, I'm a genius. This might be easier to manage than this weird abstraction in code that I'm doing everything at runtime. It's way more risky. It's a completely different approach, but it seems more stable. The only thing I would have to think of is like, how would I update everything? I would just copy whatever's in device 0. And then the other question is, how difficult is it for me to remove this thing that I just put in there? Okay, now also let's see. Okay, I just hit reload project, right? Let's go into project settings. It's gone. Wait, no, I deleted it. Okay, that was cheating. Okay, let me put it back in. Reload from disk. Let's see if it pops in. It doesn't, and that's why I couldn't find it before. So what I have to do to make it show up is probably reload current project. Don't save. And the reason why this is annoying is because anytime that I want to update my controls, I would have to then also reload current project in order for it to show up in here. Yep, exactly, right? So now if I remove that and I pop it open, it still shows up here because that hasn't been reloaded yet. So my project settings are being cached in memory. They're not being read from disk every time I go here. So I have to hit reload current project again for that to update. I don't think, yeah, I don't think I hit it. So I don't know, but that is a strategy that I'm still debating doing. The file format doesn't look too difficult to replicate. The question is, why are these events special? Like UI, sorry. UI, no. Clear all. UI up. Why is this special? Why is this special? Okay, here's another thing that we can play with. We're trying to, again, explore this problem and figure out what the cause of this problem actually is. It seems like there's some special treatment for the default controller. Actually, I don't even know. What I should do is create a new Godot project real quick. Oh, I see. And see if it shows up there. It seems like there's special treatment for the keyboard for UI navigation, and maybe the first gamepad that's connected. I don't know. What's the name of this band again? I don't remember what I'm looking for now. This, I think, is what I was looking for. So another thing I could try. Let me like look over this function again, see what's going on. So basically, we load the settings. We load project settings, and then when a joystick is connected, it pops into this connection changed. Add controls for device. So add connection for device, device ID, connected devices. I'm using this as a set because there is no set data structure. Actions, get input actions, actions to remove. Then for every action, if the action on the right side, so we get the first character is a number like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, then continue, right? Because we want to ignore, let me open this to visualize. We want to ignore the ones that I've copied already, basically. So if I copied it, it would be like UI up 0, right? Presumably. So then we go events, get the events. The events are these lines underneath the action. So for example, up, joypad 11, joypad axis 1, these are the events. Filter is joypad event, and then I have this function that I wrote that tells us whether it's a joypad event. I think it just checks the class. Oh no, it does a string match to see if it begins with joypad. That's fair. Okay, and then as joypad events, it's another casualty. His point. Okay. Joypad events dot size greater than 0. So if it has joypad events, actions to remove dot append action. Then all the times you've had to wait, because we're caching all the things that we're gonna remove so that we don't remove them while we're mutating that list. That makes sense. Then I say the new action name, we're going to take the action and shove the device ID after it. Is that right? The device ID, yeah, it's going to be a number like 0, 1, 2, 3. It's not like a UUID or something. And then we have adding action, right? Add action rather on this line. Be add action, action name. So that creates a new action with that name. Ah, right, because we use add action, add event. Is this how we're supposed to do this? Let me take another look at input map. What I'm thinking is, that's probably right though. What I'm thinking is maybe it returns some kind of object, and then we would, instead of doing like 2 separate function calls like this, we would like hold a reference to something that comes back and then work on that directly. But it doesn't look like that's how it works. It looks like add action. Ah. Closer to gray. Boom, boom, boom. Manages all blah 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 or encode with add action and add action events. Maybe it's a static function. That makes sense because I'm calling it statically. Okay, add action. Yeah, these are void functions. That's why. Add action and then add action events. And I don't think, oh, there is an erase action. Well, we don't want to erase actions. We would maybe want to erase action events. I don't remember why I didn't do this. I think I didn't do this because I wanted to hold on to, I don't think I need to hold on to a set of it. Why didn't I remove these? I'm trying to remember. Let me stay, let me stay. Every time this singleton gets initialized, I think it's a singleton, yes, we will load all the project settings and cache them. Wonder how. I think, why were we faking these? Yeah, let me stay. Pretending to remove. Yeah, I don't remember why I did this. Oh, erase action. I don't think it should be erase action, maybe is why. It should be erase event action. Is that a function? Action, erase events. Action and event. What's the difference? Erase. Oh, right, because I don't want to erase the action. That makes no sense. I want to erase the event. The event is the key binding to that action. Wait a sec. Is that true? No, I also want to remove the action, I think. But if I erase the action, does it remove? I guess so. It removes everything associated with it, right? Erase action. Removes an action from the input map. Action, erase events. Maybe we could. Action removes all events from an action. We could. But why did I decide to reassign this to a different device rather than remove it completely? I don't know. Let's see what happens. Answer that and stay fashionable. Oh. Oh, that's why. It breaks my keyboard. It breaks my keyboard if I do that. But what I could do... Oh, this only has the actions. Oh, no, that's right. So I would say input map dot... Did any of these take erase? No. Erase events. We don't want to erase all the events. We don't want to erase a single event. So then in here, right, where we know it's not a key, we would say erase action. Come on, my autocompletion is not working. Erase action events. Erase action events, and we have action, comma, event. I think that's actually what we want. Erase action event not found. Interesting. Oh, because it's action erase event. Action erase events. Oh, look, my keyboard still works. And actually, that bug I was complaining about before is not happening? Or does it only happen when I lock in one? Oh. Oh, that's the bug. Okay, well, whatever. I have no idea. Oh, well, actually, I do know. I do have an idea. I forgot I commented out that code. Options menu. Let's go in here and put that back in. No, but that should be working. Yeah, I commented that on purpose, right? That should be working because that should just work. Oh. Is this Boolean? Mm-hmm. 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 Trying to keep a low profile. So then the question becomes, how do I see? Like, this is fine, I think. It doesn't really change anything, though. I don't think so. I mean, it might. I don't think I was using that for anything. Wait, why would this go up to 9, though? This would never go up to 9. That's also weird. It should go up to only 7. But that's okay. That shouldn't matter either. D-pad left, add device 0, D-pad left, UI left 0. Okay. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do something that should break it to see if it does break it. So this UI up, this default event for UI up, we're gonna delete it. So we're gonna go UI up, we're gonna delete UI up with the up arrow. We're gonna delete UI down with the down arrow. And we're gonna see what happens now when we go to the menu. Hey, look, it doesn't work. Oh, this one works, but this is probably I have some code there that's doing that. And now it doesn't work here either. So is it special? I don't think so. Oh, but the name changes. The name changes. So the question is the a built-in event called UI up and UI down, are they special? That might be it. That might be it. Because what I'm hitting now, when I hit up and down on my gamepad, I'm not hitting UI up and UI down. I'm hitting UI up 0 and I'm hitting UI down 0. And my guess is that the engine was like, I don't know what the heck that is. What do you want me to do with that? My code handles that, puts in those numbers automatically. So that's why this is happening. That's how I got into this mess. I tried to outsmart the game engine. I fought the law and the law won. I fought the law and the law won. My pre-rolls are on. I have to use the bathroom. Let's play an ad. I'm going to get up, do more stretching exercises. I think we've root caused this problem. The way to test that, so what we just did, let me just do one quick test before I take a break here. And then we'll be back soon. So, okay, so we know that for a fact. UI up, let's add up back. UI up. What? Okay, so we're gonna add down back. We're gonna go UI up, and we're gonna add up back. Can you tell me what you need? I can't read your mind, but would I understand if I could? We're gonna add up back. I can't tell you what you need. Right now, well, that we didn't do anything with left and right. Up and down are working again. Right, they weren't working before. Now they're working, and they're working here also. It's also weird that these are working. It's also weird that these are working. Is this really free functionality? So the two things I can do. One is I can try to put a special case in my loop not to touch UI events and see what happens. Like that would normally break some stuff, but if I have it on the same player, I don't think it's gonna matter. As joypad events and action that begins with, we're gonna say, and not action begins with UI. And I can't fake it anymore. Yep. Look at that, baby. It works. Now my keyboard and my mouse behave the same way. So that's it. They're magic names. But then hold on a sec. What happens when I assign this? Ah, poopy. Poopy. I see what's going on. I see what's going on. So, okay. We're going to take this and we're going to throw this into our fake remove function or our actual remove function, whatever the heck this is now. Is not and. Oops. Oh, that's another and. I don't need so much and. Right. So this will work now. Okay. Oh, that button doesn't work though. That does work still though. The question here now is that just working because this is device 0? Like what happens when I connect a third device? Third device, second one. I can count. I know how to count. I can count to 2 or 3 or whatever number we're on. I could definitely count that high if I try hard enough. So I think this connected to my iPad probably is what's going on here. Oh, I wasn't using this one. I was using the other one that I put away in the other room. I think if I hold this in long enough, it'll turn off. Maybe not. Oh, there it goes. I thought I had a cable to charge this out somewhere. I don't. Okay, well, I'll be right back. I gotta use the bathroom, do my stretches, but I have a mindset here. I'm going to get my other controller when I get back. And to make sure I don't forget that, I'm going to put a big note on my screen. Get the other controller, dummy. And that'll remind me when I get back that I need to get the other controller. So I'll be right back. Let's go like this, and like this, and like this. We're going to play an ad on Twitch, and I'm going to stretch and do a quick bio break. I'll be right back. Okay. That was a good stretch. Let's come back here. Go like this. Ooh. I feel pretty good. Oh, I forgot to get the controller. That's why there's a note on my screen. You guys, do I know myself or what? Do I know myself or what? Oh, I was using this on the Switch last time. That's just connected to my other computer, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if it's supposed to be on D. Oh, that one's for iOS. That's probably actually right then. I actually don't know how this controller works. I think I have to hold it in. Oh. Oh, that one connected to this computer. Oh, sick. We'll connect that one. Now we should see two of these pop in. I think the battery's dead. Battery's dead on this. That makes me sad. Are these AA or AAA? AA. Be right back. Okay. Gamepad 2, pop in. Yes. Yes. Okay, cool. Oh, and that just works. That makes me very happy. Okay. So this is the green one? No. Hold on. Oh, okay, I see. This is the blue one. So the blue one's working. The green one. I can go left and right, but my accept button isn't working. Oh, you know why? Wait, do I know why? I don't know why. I'm thinking maybe the accept button isn't prefixed. UI accept. Yeah. UI accept is, but I think I added my own accept action for some dumb reason. and this one's not being copied. But why would that matter? Also, for that matter, why am I even using this? Why don't I just put this under UI accept? Also, I do want to look up in the documentation UI accept default input evat action to confirm a focus button menu. I pressed the wrong one. I went to accept by mistake. Default UI actions cannot be removed as they are necessary for the internal logic for several controls. This is what I was saying, you guys. This is what I was suspicious of. The events assigned to the action can, however, be modified. So UI up. No. UI up. Oh, that is right. Wait, what? Why is that a dictionary? UI up. Default UI actions cannot be okay. Default to move the U to move up in the UI. Fine. Okay. So this is what we need in order to interact with UI in the game. We need that. Now, I don't know why this other thing's not working. And not begins with UI. That means we are removing action. Let me take this out. Sorry, keyboard's gonna stay here. That's why I hate this, because I have all these controllers on my desk. Oh. Oh. Okay, so that was the problem. I just had to not remove something from the dictionary. But now, the problem that we end up with, the interesting problem that we end up with is that these, now only one controller works, and I don't remember which one this is. Well, we'll find out right now which one it is. I'll go into the game thing and we'll go like this. Yeah, that's what I figured. It was player 2. Well, I think it really just depends maybe more on the device ID, not the player number. But okay. So maybe the right approach here, like I use action accept. Maybe what I need to do is a grep on accept and change accept everywhere to UI accept. And I have to accept that, yeah. Actually, wait, we can keep that as accept. What am I saying? We'll keep that as accept, because accept and attack are different actions, which is wonderful. That means I can go to accept in my constants here. What I'm thinking is I'll change this to UI accept. I don't know what it's going to do. This might break everything. It's definitely going to break everything. But then what I would do is I would go here and take this accept and remove this one. Actually, I would just delete this whole thing together, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to add J to the default one, and we're going to add A, the A button. And the reason why I even had the other ones, because I didn't realize that Godot had these default actions when I first started coding the UI stuff, which is my own dumb fault. Boom. Oh, boom. Oh, boom. Oh, constants are amazing. And now all controllers should work. No, I lied. Why not? Oh, because in order to do this, right, I need to special case the UI stuff. I'm really on a roll here, I think. We're close to wrapping this up. So what I'm going to do, there's something on my keyboard that I can't see. It's driving me bananas. Well, it's gone now, whatever it was. Oops. Close enough. So I'm getting close. I'm getting really close. I'm so close. I can smell it. So, so let's see. What I need to do next is now special case the UI actions. Because for UI actions, we don't want to create a new action. Is that true? What happens if everyone uses the same UI? Then my input selector is not going to work. Right? Right. That's what's going to happen. I have to decide how I want to handle this. Because the problem is, I guess that's the advantage of having this separate event for each person. Otherwise, every controller is going to control the first one and its own controller. That's going to be an issue. You know what? It like it works so well. So probably this is the one, right? Yeah. It works so well that I feel like I should just leave it alone. Also, I don't know why it's not playing music. Oh, because master's muted. That makes sense. Now I need to make the left and right buttons work. So I have to figure out how to disable those. They were working at some point. So I got to figure out why. So let me go to, what was it called? Options menu. And then something in here, maybe focus, neighbor left, assign. Can I just not have one? I don't want anything on the left or right. Mode. None. Click all. Filter. That's a mouse filter. Input. Wait, hold on. What's in input? So what I really want, Godot menu left, custom left and custom UI left and UI right. You guy trying and failing to change UI and UI. Dude, this is funny. We're gonna read this. To customize, you can follow following steps. Move left. The docs on this are of course killer. You can assign WASD keys to default UI actions, but the docs warn against it. It's not. Wait, hold on. However, I do have a little character that can move and jump, even flip left and right. I just want to take a minute to figure out how to change the left and right controls. I figured it'd be simple. The closest I've come to is finding out that you can change something. Is that the only way? Wait. my mind, A should have some identifier. You can assign the WASD keys, but the docs warn against it. UI actions. Where does he mention? Oh, this is weird. He's probably using the UI actions to control his character instead of making his own actions, which is backwards, and that doesn't help me. Okay, let's see what this says. For creating a custom UI menu in Godot, you can use control nodes. Start by adding. Okay, yeah, that doesn't help me. You can simulate button presses using UI left and right. Thank you, UI, for nothing. Designing a title screen. This is Godot 3, an older documentation version of the documentation. How to create custom UI menus in Godot using control nodes. We could watch. Oh, wait, this is probably it. Yes. You don't have to watch anything. Yeah, it's okay. This is so bad. Everybody's like, hey, just use these. Don't do this. Don't do this. Create a start menu. To create a menu in Godot, add a control node as the root of the scene. Add a label node as a child of this node and set its context to symbol game. Set its text, sorry. No. Oh my gosh, I'm getting tired. Am I getting tired or am I just crazy? No. This doesn't really tell me anything. It came up because they're using UI left and UI right to move the character, and that's just weird. How do I create this kind of menu? Godot menu, UI left and UI right, remap UI left and UI right. Actually, maybe this crazy guy's post here, someone posted something in the documentations on this. Player input. Creating input actions. Yeah. That's all good. Input event. How does it work? I'm just trying to find something. Anatomy of an input event. Input actions. Okay, for example, the default, right, are not required to represent input, but are useful because they abstract various inputs when programming the game logic. Creating input actions. Yeah, that's the other one. Poopy. So let's go here. Viewport is embedding in Windows. Let's just read this real quick. The viewport tries to interpret the event in its capability as a window manager. Next, an embedded window is focused. If an embedded window is focused, the event is sent to that window and processed in Windows viewport and afterwards treated as handled. If no embedded window is focused, the event is sent to the nodes of the current viewport in the following order. Standard node input function will be called in any node that overrides it and has a disabled input with set process input. If any function consumes the event, it can call set input as handled and the event will not spread anymore. This ensures that you can filter all events of interest before even the GUI. For For gameplay input, node.onhandled input is generally a better fit because it allows GUI to intercept events. Second, it will try to feed the input to the GUI and see if the controls can receive it. If so, the control will be called via the blah blah blah. I don't think it's what I'm looking for. I just want to know why I can't. Let's try Google. Godot override UI right. UI right and up keys do not work for focusing neighbors. Yeah, maybe I should put something in here about that. Focus neighbor. Overriding in Godot, you can override this using in the inspector doc. Select a control you want to modify. Locate. Okay, no, that's I was asking for that. That's literally the question I asked, and it's not the question I wanted to ask. Stop UI right, focus neighbor. Set the focus mode of the control to none. If you don't want specific control mode to ever be focused, that's not what I want. Manually define focus neighbors, that's not what I want. Override input, that's what I'm already doing. Create custom navigation logic is what I want. Money, money is what I want. Wait, how's that song go again? I don't remember. I feel like I'm not getting any answers here. Okay. It's not via code. It's not via. I'm trying to do it. Oh, wait, is it? Oh. Pretty sure that is intended. Yes. That's okay. This guy made the mistake of asking a yes or no question. Because this was working. But let me look at this because I don't remember even how that code works. This will shed some light on what's going on. Volume slider is the one that has the stuff in it. Oh. Oh. Has focus. Has player press. No, it's built in here. Process. Has focus. Oh. This was working though. at some point or another. As player press, player 0. Oh, it's got to be player 0. Okay, so that's one reason why it's not working. So, boom, we're both player 0 now. So now it should, in theory, work, but it's not. Because left and right are focusing different things. How do I disable that? Disable UI right Godot. Disable UI right focus. Navigate, expand the focus, set it to none. Nope. I do want, right? Like once it's focused, I want UI left and UI right to do something else. That's poopy. So let's just do a quick test here. And just test something out. Yeah. So it will work once I figure out how to make this work. And I think the way to make this work is to override on handle input. Let's take a look at this documentation I just had open a second ago. Not this. Not this. The one I just had open. This one. Because this one had a flow chart. Focus window, input event, GUI event, on handle key. So we don't want on handle. We want input event. Maybe, I don't know. Do I have an input? I do. Oh, right. Which is where I handle input, which is this. Oh. So that's interesting. Maybe. Oh, whoops. Maybe what I can do is go here. But handler for player 0 on player. No. Swallow event action.ui left. All right. And then we're just going to make a new one called func swallow event. And I don't know. We're going to see how this works. Depends on the precedence, order of precedence here. No. Doesn't even do anything. I was hoping that would stop the event from propagating. Oh, you know why? Because that doesn't do that. What I actually have to do is go here. Handler event.input event. Actually, that's not even how this works. It's in this document also. Probably in here. Like zoomed in too much to find it, I think. That function that I'm supposed to call when I've processed the input. One of these documents mentioned it. It was this one. It was like the first or second bullet point. set process input if the function consumes the event. Right, it calls viewport dot set input is handled. That's a function. Viewport set input is handled. Why doesn't this have any parameters? Set input is handled. Oh, it doesn't need them. Viewport. Get tree dot get viewport. Set input as handled. I don't know if that's right. Get viewport, okay. Get viewport. Node dot get viewport. That's my bad. Like that, maybe. Oops. Oh. It almost works. It almost works. I'm a little sad about that. I'm actually very sad about that. It was so darn close. The other thing is I changed the button to a different button. I don't know why it used to work though, and now it doesn't. Oh, maybe because I used to duplicate those actions, the UI up, down, left, right. Ah, bummer. A special built-in handling of focusing UI elements. These names cannot be changed to get the default behavior. It's like I could remap them and just not use them. But then I lose out on a lot. Oh. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna hop off. I gotta eat lunch. I gotta go do some shopping. I got this really stubborn kitchen knife that's not cutting anything anymore that needs to be sharpened. So I'll be back later, you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you guys next time. Where's my